Heat training is the everyday cyclist altitude training camp. Same hematological benefits with none of the travel. Here's why we should all be doing heat training throughout the entire season. This video is made possible by LAMEDA. It's their kit you'll see me and my wife wearing on every ride. Pro-grade fabric and all-day comfort helps keep us showing up day after day. I got interested in this heat training during my own prep for this year's UCI Hangzhou Grand Fondo race. This week in Hangzhou, it's not guaranteed to be hot. It might even rain, but I wasn't looking for performance gains only in the heat. I was looking for gains I could chase from home no matter what the weather does on race day. A 2025 paper looked at the adaptations of heat versus altitude training in 7 elite cyclists across an entire season. In their off-season, they did 5 weeks of heat training, then several months later, they did 3 weeks altitude training camp. So each adaptation was measured against a fresh baseline. And here's what they found. Total hemoglobin mass after heat training was up 5.4%. After altitude training, up 3.5%. That difference between the two methods was not statistically significant. Thus, heat training matched altitude training in the same athletes. But hemoglobin mass is just one piece of the adaptation, and heat training can drive a stack of other adaptations. Plasma volume expands by about 6.5% in trained cyclists. This is the first adaptation, and it shows up inside 1 week. More plasma means more stroke volume per heartbeat and a higher thermal regulatory ceiling. If you want to feel change from heat training fast, this is the one you'll feel first. Sweat sodium conservation, your body learns to hold on to electrolytes. In one elite cyclist study, sweat sodium dropped by 14 millimoles per liter. That's significant for anyone who cramps. And time to exhaustion in warm conditions improved by 15 minutes in that same study. So even if your target race turns out not to be hot, you know that you're showing up prepared. And underneath all of this, you have the cellular layer. Heat shock protein activation and mitochondrial signaling. The same pathways that altitude training affects. And this sounds great. We should all be doing heat training all of the time, right? Well, here's a caveat. While the hematological adaptations are robust and repeatedly replicated, the cool condition performance gain is harder to pin down. The most recent review of the heat training literature highlighted that in studies with good control groups, the performance gains in cool conditions are, quote, only small. So why do the pros still do it then? Because the mechanism itself is real. The cost is almost nothing. It stacks with altitude training rather than competing with it. And even a small effect at the elite level is the difference between off the podium and on the podium. The smart bet at low cost. And if you want to chase those altitude style adaptations from your home, my next video covers exactly how to do the protocol. The dose, the duration, the timing. If you're interested in using science to get faster, give me a follow and check out my free training camp on intervals. I'm Coach Daniel, scientist turned cyclist, and I'll catch you on the next ride.